All right, Counter Punch Boxing. The count has returned. Hello, YouTube. How we doing out there? God, I missed it. You know, I think I'm addicted to this whole boxing thing. Quickly, you guys know I went to the hospital Monday, Tuesday. I felt like crap all week, but, I'm feeling good today. Might be the medication I'm on. I'm high as a kite. Could be that, but regardless, here we go. Right, here we go. Okay, look, check it out. My next video, I got two coming, or the Q&A that I keep promising you guys, but, you got to cut me a little bit of slack. And I probably have one of the best PED Canelo situation PED videos on YouTube. The most comprehensive, the most insightful, educated, knowledgeable videos. There's a lot of channels out there bickering back and forth, and maybe I'm like Switzerland. I'm not going to take sides, but I've done my homework. I have literally like 4 pages of notes. The amounts, what's the likelihood if you go to Mexico, you eat meat, what's the likelihood of getting contaminated, the half-life, comparing other athletes as Pop Dirty compared to Canelo, the levels that Canelo had compared to their level. I mean, just everything, A to Z. Now, the video today, finally Gennady Golovkin sat down and responded in his native tongue. Now, I love when they do this, when they have a translator there and these guys can elaborate. Right? They can, truly tell you what they're thinking. They're not talking in 2 and 3 word, sentences like, yes, I don't like, or no, not good. You know what I mean? So I like it. So Gennady Golovkin sat down, shout out to Ring TV, and gave a great interview. Probably my second favorite Golovkin interview of all time. So go to Ring TV, check it out. But I'm going to read it to you today. And I'm going to basically comment as we go and tell you what I think. Now, I'll go ahead and just throw this out here because I know a lot of people will never listen to the end because it'll be a long one today. Basically, Gennady Golovkin, he's pissed. He believes Canelo is guilty. Now, you have certain media people out there, personalities, whatever, protecting Canelo, and that's okay. I respect everyone's opinion, but, you have someone that knows better than any of us. We're YouTube reporters that get credentials, basically. You have a guy that's been in the game 20 years, and he's convinced that he's guilty. Okay, and I don't want to get too deep into it because I want to tell you what I think in my upcoming video, all right? But they start out, I'm going to read you the question and then tell you what he said, and maybe kind of ad-lib a bit, okay? Ad-lib, rather. Okay, it starts out, she says, let's get right into it. When you received the call from Tom Loeffler, for that Canelo had tested positive, how did you react? What did you think? Okay? He says, first of all, I was shocked. Okay, knowing Canelo and his team, I never would have thought they would have used a banned substance. This was very unpleasant, as we athletes are for a clean sport. Okay, I would like to have a competition between 2 athletes and not 2 laboratories. So, I mean, look, that's pretty deep, right? We are pro athletes. It's unpleasant to see his team going that direction. And have been using drugs. Okay, I mean, look, he calls it for what it is. All right, I want everything to be honest, so we can fight like athletes and not using methods of medication and laboratories. Okay, deep. That's deep, people. Deep. Okay. By the way, WADA, it doesn't matter if you get it through meat. Someone like shoots you in the butt with a dart, you get a mystery shake, whatever. If you test positive through WADA, you're guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. It doesn't matter this meat bullshit. You're guilty. Okay? Now, all right, question 2. Are you worried about a level playing field, and are you worried the rematch might be postponed in light of recent events? Okay? He says, yes, I was worried about that, but it's up to the commission. It will be their decision. Sorry, I might be repeating myself, but I want a clean sport. I don't want, basically, I don't want to have a fight to determine who's on the most powerful PEDs, okay, is what he's basically trying to say. All right, question 3. And this was a great question. Great question. Okay, and it should tell you exactly how Gennady Golovkin feels without a shadow of doubt. Like I said, he believes Canelo is 100% guilty, no excuses. Okay, she asked Triple G, all right, do you even know what clenbuterol is? Did you and Abel and Tom have to sit down and Google it? Have you ever heard of it? Do you know anything about it? He says, of course, it's been around a long time. The public has been aware of this for a long time. There's no need to make excuses about bronchitis medication or contaminated beef. We all know the risk. We all know the risk, so there should be no excuses. It's a simple test, negative or positive. You're either doping or you're not, plain and simple. That's exactly what he said. Verbatim, people. Verbatim. He's like, look, basically he's trying to tell you, we're all professional athletes. We know the risk. And man, I'm telling you, I got a bombshell video coming out, going over Canelo's diet. Okay. Because you can find all this online. If you go back and look at Canelo's previous camps, okay, and look at his diet. I'm going to save it. Like I said, I've got more information than anybody out there. Do your homework, people. Do your homework. You want to be at the top of the game, run with the top dogs, do your homework, okay? Now, number 4. With all this going on, you continue to be happy. Why are you so happy? Basically, kind of a boring fluff question. He says, I've been tested for the past 20 years. Even as an amateur boxer, I've always been clean. And he said, and then she said, you've kind of pioneered the way for clean boxing. He said, I've been tested as an amateur through the Olympics, through world championships, through WADA. Over the past 8 years, I will test anywhere, anytime. I've never tested positive, and I never will. The current situation showed our attitude towards our favorite sport, and it showed Canelo and his team's attitude toward our favorite sport, meaning boxing. He's saying, the current situation, it shines a light on who is really who. Okay? It shines a light on who is who. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, question 5. What if the fight gets canceled? We have Billy Joe Saunders. And basically he goes on to say, we would love to fight Billy Joe Saunders. That's been the plan all along. Now, I like this because I've been wanting to hear this from his mouth. But like I said, with that English barrier, it's hard to tell, if he really wanted to fight. But he was passionate about it. He said, yeah, of course I want the fight. We're going to go after Billy Joe Saunders no matter what happens. If we win, lose, or draw, cancellation, whatever, we're going for the WBO, and I like that. So he said getting all the belts has been a dream from the beginning. Okay, now this was kind of a funny moment. Okay, kind of a funny moment, right? Ring Magazine's doing the interview. The girl is doing the interview says, you need our Ring Magazine belt as well. They have their own version, their own belt, whatever. Ring Magazine belt, we all know what that is. So he says, well, I've been a champion for 8 years, and I wasn't even called champion by Ring Magazine. He said because they sold him out for Canelo. He goes on to say it's all politics, but someone is finally putting pressure on Ring Magazine, and now they might do the right thing. Basically laughed it off. But we all know Ring Magazine owned, operated, and bought and paid for by who? All right, here's a question for the people out there. Your trivia question of the day. Who owns and operates Ring Magazine? Anybody? Golden Boy Promotion. So of course they're going to have Canelo as number one king on everything. Look, I was in Barnes and Noble today, in the bookstore today, and in fact I got a picture. I'll show it in my next video. How they're just like praising Canelo in the current Ring Magazine, episode or whatever you call it. They're praising him for being like the pound for pound king at middleweight and how he really beat Golovkin. And the whole thing is like Canelo, and there's like one little picture, one little thumbnail, like the size of your thumb probably, in the corner of Gennady Golovkin in the entire Ring Magazine. So they're incredibly biased towards Canelo. So, and he knows that. So now question. Do you think you have more leverage being the A side in light of the recent news? Because innocent or guilty, this has tarnished Canelo's name, and I thought that was a decent question, and I thought about it too. I kind of thought, well, maybe after everything that's happened, it'll kind of bring Canelo down a notch, like slap him down to reality, put him in his place, that kind of thing. And he goes on to say, well, I have the belts, I'm the champion, technically I'm the A side, but I don't care. He's like, I don't care about that. I care about boxing. And it's typically what I would expect Gennady Golovkin to say, that I care about boxing, I don't care about A-side, B-side crap, So in closing, Gennady Golovkin goes on to say, stay true to your opinions, true to your beliefs, true to yourself. Those are words to live by. Okay, and I thought that was good. You know, stay true to your opinion, true to your belief, and true to yourself. And that's what we do here on the channel. And you know, some people like it, some people don't. And by the way, thank you. We're about to hit 6,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone out there. And like I said, from here on out, a video a day, guaranteed. You know, it's the least I can do to give back to you guys, and you know, and I appreciate it. But like I said, the next video, check it out. Please check it out. Support the channel.